वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. A very warm welcome to entire Sangat in today's talk. This week we will be talking about the 5 stages of consciousness, Shri Guru Nanak Sahib Ji's life and teaching that we are discussing for this week and for following week as well. In Japji Sahib, Guru Nanak Sahib Ji talked about 5 stages of consciousness. Japji Sahib is the first Bani of Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So Guru Nanak Sahib Ji told us about the different stages of consciousness. Whatever we do in our life, wherever we are going in our life, we always want to know till which level have we reached and how much is left. If we are going at any other place, we see different kind of boards or some writings where they mentioned, okay, you have traveled these many kilometers, you have traveled these many miles, and this much is still left to reach to your destination. Same happens even if we are building a house, doing any construction. We always just try to see, try to look, try to measure how much work has completed and what is yet left. At which level am I? Same goes in our social life, in our education. So we always try to know how much I have attained, on which level I have reached, and how many levels are left. So the same way, as we have different options to measure our life, to measure our pathway, if we are going from one city to another, one country to another, we have many ways to check to find out how much have we traveled and how much is yet left. The same way, once a person starts spiritual journey, then Guru Nanak Sahib Ji told us about few aspects, few symptoms, few things from where we can judge even ourselves. Where am I right now? Am I on the level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5? Actually, once we are on the level 5, then we don't need to judge or we don't need to find. This is a destination. These 4 are the basic stages, we can say. 5th is once you reach to your destination, that is Sachkhand. तो 4 कह लिए जिंदगी दियां स्टेजां ने. Sachkhand मंजिल दा नाम. Sachkhand is the name of the destination. So today we'll have a look on these 4, 5 different stages of the consciousness, and we'll try to understand, we will try to reflect on ourselves. What are we doing? Where are we right now? First step of the spiritual journey, first khand described by Guru Nanak Sahib Ji, that is Dharam Khand. There are many definitions of Dharam. We do really read in English religion, but Dharam, one of the meaning of Dharam is duty. Whatever you are supposed to do, whatever responsibilities you have, if you are doing it, which means you are doing your Dharam. तू अपने धर्म विच पक्का है, इसका मतलब कि ਆਪਾਂ responsibility ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੇ. Now these responsibilities are related to all the aspects of our life. धर्म खंड का एहो धर्म, ज्ञान खंड का अहो धर्म. So धर्म की है responsibility. धर्म की है following the nature. These responsibilities may be related to our family, our social life, our professional life, and also our religious life. Whenever we are ready to follow, ready to take responsibilities of our actions, Taramkhand, which means we are following certain actions, following certain duties, and we are not postponing, we are not becoming lazy, we are not running from our duties in day-to-day life and also from our spiritual life. As we read a Shabad of Guru Ramdas Sahib Ji, Gur Sat Gur Ka Jo Sikhe Kar, So Palke Uthar Naam Tyag. We read the same Shabad in Guru Nanak Sahib Ji's Bani. Amrit Vela Sach Nao Vadiyai Vichar. There is a way to live our life. There are some rules and regulations for everyone. That is why we see there are some laws, there is government, there is police, societies. The need for them because everyone is not following their duties. Everyone is not following the proper response, taking the proper responsibilities. So following, once we start doing our all the duties, which means we are in Taramkha. If we haven't started yet, which means we haven't started or we did not reach to even our first level. These duties may be related to religion or our social life, professional life, so with the society. So first thing, the main, the basic or very essential part of any spiritual journey is Taramkhat. We need to understand, we need to start doing something, taking responsibilities and taking those actions. That is Taramkhat. But one thing we need to make sure in our mind, there are 5 stages. We are not supposed to stop at any place. Once a person start doing seva, start doing simran, taking care of his family, doing his moral responsibilities, he feels like that is what the dharam is, that is what the religion is. But we cannot stop there. Not just about taking care of your family or your friends or being nice in the society. It is not really the dharam. This is the first step of dharam, but we have few more things to do. People often say, I'm following my responsibilities. मैं अपने घर परिवार ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਰੱਖ ਰਿਹਾ ਜੀ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਵੀ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਈਦੇ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਕਿਧਰੇ ਸਮਾਂ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਸੇਵਾ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਦਸਵੰਧ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ very kind very nice to everyone which ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ but yet there are few more stages to go. It doesn't end on just started following the duties and responsibilities. The next part is Gyan. In the Gyan Khand, person gets the more understanding about life's purpose. Kete pavan pani besantar, kete kaan mahes, kete bar mein kaadat kadiye, roop rang ke vis. Which means, in the Gyan Khand, once a person reaches to the second stage of consciousness, ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਪੜਾਅ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਦਾ ਹੈ ਗਿਆਨ ਖੰਡ ਤੇ then he realizes the limitless God. ਕਿਤੇ ਪਵਨ ਪਾਣੀ ਵੈ ਸੰਤਰ ਕਿਤੇ ਕੌਣ ਮਹੇਸ਼ ਕਿਤੇ ਬਰ ਮੈਂ ਘਾੜਤ ਘੜੀ ਹੈ ਰੂਪ ਰੰਗ ਕੇ ਵਿਸ Guru Nanak Sahib Ji is not mentioning about the exact numbers. It's not saying how many Brahmas or how many Earth Patala Patala Kagasa Agas. So many where we read it's not about exact numbers. ਕਿਤੇ ਕੌਣ ਪਾਣੀ ਕਿਤੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਹੀ ਨੇ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਨੇ ਪਰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਹੈ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਇਸ creation ਦੀ ਸਮਝ ਆਈ. So on the first stage just aware about okay what should I do. In the second stage he also knows about the Gyan Khand which means he got some understanding about things as well. In the Taram Khand it is possible the people are following some rituals, some superstitions, or doing because of just doing. But in the Gyan Khand, we try to understand the things. As we heard about the Sakya of Haridwar, Guru Nanak Sahib, they all were on the level 1, not on the level 2. We all have heard Guru Nanak Sahib went to Haridwar, people were throwing water towards sun. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji reached there, he started throwing the water in the opposite direction. People asked, "What are you doing?" Guru Nanak Sahib Ji asked them, "What were you doing?" "We are throwing waters to our forefathers." Then Guru Sahib Ji also said, "I'm also throwing water towards my fields." ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੂਰਵਜਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਭੇਜ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਇੰਨੀ ਦੂਰ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਸਕਦਾ ਏ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਖੇਤ ਦੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਸਾਖੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਸੁਣੀ so all were doing religious work all was focused on their duties and responsibilities they must do something religious in the religious way as well but they all were on the level 1 then Guru Nanak Sahib Ji helped them to go to the level 2 as well understanding knowledge gyan why should we do it how does this make an impact in our life gyan not just doing but also understanding so in the gyan khan person gets more understanding about the acts about the things and how do we recognize if person is on the level 2 if person gets an understanding then he don't follow 3 things in the Dharam Khand, his following duties. In Gyan Khand, he take care about 3 things. He goes far from the 3 things, which are first is fear, ritual, and superstitions. So he's not following the acts because of any ritual or because of the fear or the superstitions. He got far from all these 3 aspects. Now he's more aware about the things. Now he's more understanding about the concepts. Now he's able to see, he's able to know, he got the information. God is limitless. परमात्मा ਦੀ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਦਾ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਮੁਕਾਬਲੇ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਉਹ ਸੋਚਦਾ so when you get the complete understanding that is gyan but there is one thing that we need to take care of in the gyan one barrier is also there that one barrier doesn't allow person to jump to the level 3 lot of people got stuck on the level 2 as we read many people got stuck on the level 1 they don't want to know what are they doing why are they doing but they are just happy okay मैं जपजी साहब कर लिया सवेरे दसवंध ਆਪਾਂ ਕੱਢਤਾ ਸੀ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਰਾ ਦਿਨ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਕਰਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਰੇ I've done my role I wake up in the morning I went to Gurdwara I did my nickname now I am free to do anything in my all day good or bad doesn't matter responsibility हो गई धर्म दी ਹੁਣ मैं जो मर्जी करा but in Gyan Khand you always also try to know what am I doing why am I doing how does this relate you get more understanding and more knowledge but the barrier of Gyan Khand is once a person gets more understanding about things he starts preaching like me he started saying then what happens the people like me for us basically person fall into the trap that he feels he know everything he loves conveying the message he loves to say to the others but those things doesn't apply in his life So the barrier of the Gyan Khand is when person gets a lot of knowledge, lot of information, but he is so busy in transferring those information and the messages and the understanding to other people and thinking कि लोकां दा भला हो जाए. I met many people, those who are all so much worried about ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਬਣੇਗਾ, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਬਣੇਗਾ, ਸਾਡੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਬਣੇਗਾ, ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਪੁਸ਼ਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਬਣੇਗਾ, but maybe not aware of what is going to happen with me. ਮੇਰਾ ਕੀ ਬਣੇਗਾ, ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ. Sometimes we don't think in that way, but we are worried about ਕਿ ਦੂਜੇ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਬਣੇਗਾ. ਇਸ ਲਈ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਸੁਧਾਰ ਜਗਤ ਦਾ ਸੁਧਾਰ. But barrier of Gyan Khand is when we love to preach, when we love to give information because we have, but we got stuck there. We started feeling I know a lot about it, but we doesn't move to the next part. So the one who is good in information and knowledge, he got stuck on the level 2. Who is on the level 3 now? Saram Khan. Now the same efforts, the one who was doing in the level 1, without even understanding what is he doing, just doing for doing. Once he gone to the level 2, he got some more information, the knowledge. Then he reached to the third level. If knowledge applies on one person's life, on one's life. Now knowledge is not only for sharing with others. Now he's applying knowledge to make his own life beautiful. Saram Khand means putting efforts, doing some work, hard work. Now that is what we call action speaks louder than words. He's not stopped on the words. Now he is doing in his life as well. There is a book which named Sar Kutabli. One of the rare book. Back in time, people used to read it a lot. Sar Kutabli. There is one incident. I'll just share that to relate with the situation of Karam Khan. There was a king who used to donate a lot of things, almost everything to the people, those who are in need. Almost everything. He was helping people by every possible way. He was supporting people by every possible way. He was just helping them however it was possible. But the thing was, whenever he was giving, he always put his eyes down. All the time. Then one person asked him, it's in the poetic form, he asked, चार दरवाजे देत हो करके नीचे नैन तो को पूछे हे नृप किस विद सीखी दैन. That person asked to a king, चार दरवाजे देत हो करके नीचे नैन. Nैन means eyes. You are giving, you are helping everybody, but you always put your eyes down while helping. Why do you do that? Then Sar Kutavali says, Rajo Vach. Vach means bullion. साई सब में बस्त है, देवत है दिन रैन, नाम हमारा लेत है, इस बेद नीचे नैन. God is the one who is giving to everyone, but people are thinking, I am giving something to them, so with the shame, my eyes are down. My eyes are down with the shame because people are praising me. But I am not the one who is actually giver. That's what Guru Nanak Sahib says. Dadda data ek hai, sabko devanhar, tinda de, lende thak paye. So Sharam Khan, when a person is not doing something for doing, now he is also doing the religious things with love. If we are following, if we are love to do seva, ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਬੜਾ ਰਸ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਮਨ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਨਾਲ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, not we just don't want to complete Nitnem in 25 minutes or 35 minutes. Even we are okay doing Japji Sahib in 15 minutes, but with love. ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗ ਪਿਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸ਼ਰਮ ਖੰਡ, ਸ਼ਰਮ ਖੰਡ, ਸ਼ਰਮ ਮਿਹਨਤ, ਸ਼ਰਮ ਘਾਲਣਾ। तो जो जानता है, the knowledge he got, now he's putting that knowledge in the practical life. So this is what he is doing. In the saram, he's doing all the religious activities with love. We go to Gurdwara, we goes to Gurdwara just for going, but we go to Gurdwara with love. मैं गुरुद्वारे जाना चाहता हाँ ते गुरुद्वारे जाना पएगा। बस इस फर्क ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸ਼ਰਮਖੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਧਰਮਖੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। Have to do or I want to do. That is the difference. As we heard about Sakhi of Bhai Sajjan, he was the Sajjan Thug when he was on the level 1. Just duty, responsibility, moral duty, providing food to the hungry people, but in the late night he was robbing the same people. But later, after listening Guru Nanak Sahib Ji's Shabad, in the Sangat of Guru Nanak Sahib Ji, he started doing all those acts, but with devotion, with love. So that is the basic difference. If we love to do seva, if we are enjoying, if we are happy, if we want to go to Gurudwara, which means we are on the Saramkhand. Now, there is also one barrier which don't allow people to go or to jump on the level 4. There is also one level. There is also one barrier on the level 3. What is the barrier of Saramkhand? In the Saramkhand, people start praising because they are able to see your actions, your love in your actions. Also, you get some people around you. ਕਈ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੋਕੀ ਸੰਤ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਭਗਤ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਤੇ ਭਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਕਈ ਲੋਕੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੱਥਾ ਵੀ ਟੇਕਣ ਲੱਗ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਲੋਕੀ ਫਿਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਫਸ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। They started doing with love, affection, with devotion, but sometimes they get some more power. ਭਗਤੀ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੰਦਗੀ ਵਾਲੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਤਾਕਤ ਵੀ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪੈਸਾ ਵੀ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। 9 ਨਿੱਧੀ 18 ਸਿੱਧੀ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਲੱਗੀਆਂ ਫਿਰ ਤੋ ਬੰਦਗੀ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਪੈਸਾ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਰੈਪੂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਲੋਕੀ ਮਾਣ ਸਨਮਾਨ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਫਿਰ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਮਾਣ ਸਨਮਾਨ ਮਿਲ ਜੇ, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਾਹ ਵਾਹੀ ਮਿਲ ਜੇ, ਪੈਸਾ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਬੰਦਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਅਟਕ ਕੇ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। It happens in level 3. But if person don't stop there also, people are praising, saying good or bad doesn't matter. कोई भला कवे भावे बुरा कवे doesn't matter. सुख आ जाए दुख आ जाए doesn't matter. He's just putting his all the efforts. Then what happens? He don't get God. He don't meet God. बहुत मेहनत करता है, हार्ड वर्क करता है, ਲੋਕੀ ਤਾਰੀਫ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਕਿਧਰੋਂ ਤਾਕਤ ਵੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੁਕਦਾ ਵੀ no, he is focused ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਹੈ। I'm not going to stop here. Then fourth step, if he doesn't stop there, then he reaches to the level 4. After putting lots of efforts, after doing a lot of hard work, then he realizes it is not actually working properly. ਬਾਣੀ ਪੜਨ ਦਾ ਰਸਤੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਚਲਾ ਵੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿਤੇ ਵਿਕਾਰ ਵੀ ਥੋੜਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। He's trying to shape his mind. In the level 3, he's trying to control his vices as well. In the level 1, he don't. In the level 2, he understands there are vices as well. Values and virtues are there. In level 3, he put efforts to maintain his values and virtues and try to stay far from vices. शर्म मेहनत करता है अपने आप ਨੂੰ ਘੜਨ ਦੀ बट फिर भी प्रॉब्लम्स आंदियां ने ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਚੌਥਾ ਪੜਾਅ ਕਰਮ ਖੰਡ so here karam means bakshish grace karam means work also karam when it comes in the sanskrit form then we take it as an bakshish kirpa कृपा करे जे आपनी ता गुर का शब्द कमाहे so level 4 whenever although he is doing all the religious activities that person don't put ego with it he says it's your grace I'm able to do it on the level 3 the barrier is ego he feels like okay I am doing so people are praising so that is a barrier on the level 4 he just says it's your grace by group मेरे कोल ते कुछ भी नहीं मेरा मुझ में किछ नहीं कर्म खंड की बाणी जो तिथे होर न कोई तिथे जोध महाबल सिख तिन में राम रहया पर तू it's just you so who are the real warriors the one they realize I'm not doing anything I cannot do by my actions I cannot meet God but this realization comes after putting efforts the real realization otherwise it is just postponing otherwise it is just a laziness when we say it ਰੱਬ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ if we ask what did you do what did you try we haven't tried anything ਮਿਲੇਗਾ ਉਹਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਰ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕਰਦੇ the one who goes to Saramkhand they will reach to the Karamkhand ਜੋ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਦੇ ਖੰਡ 'ਚ ਪਹੁੰਚਣਗੇ ਬਿਨਾ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਤੋਂ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ so then in this stage he realizes yes all those things are happening but I'm not the one who's doing everything karam परमात्मा तेरी बख्शिश हरमंदर साहिब के ऊपर ਅਸੀਂ ਵੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸੋਨੇ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ all the gold that we see on Harmandir Sahib Shri Amritsar Sahib that came from Maharaja Ranjit Singh so the moment when we are about to enter in Harmandir Sahib ਮੇਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਥਾਨ ਹੈ ਹਰਮੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਐਂਟਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਨਾ ਉੱਪਰ ਇੱਕ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਅੱਖਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਹਾਰਾਜਾ ਰਣਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਦਾਸ ਸੇਵਕ ਜਾਣ ਕੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਵਾਈ he did not mention as a king I donated this I gave all this gold no he said it's your grace with your grace you gave me the opportunity or you took this seva from me it's your grace thanks to you Vaheguru that's what written there if you did not read whenever you go back or go again to Shri Harmandir Sahib must read it he wrote it in the Punjabi language clearly लिखा है तो कर्म खंड यह बख्शिश का खंड है जिथे पता लगता है ਮਿਹਨਤ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਪੂਰਾ ਰੂਪ ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਦੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ तो रहमत होएगी ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੀਜ ਬੀਜਾਂਗੇ if we put some efforts then we can reach to the karam khand then we realize everything is his grace whatever I have it's his grace then person becomes so thankful to Vaheguru for everything that God has given to us ਇਹ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਤੇਰਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਇਹ ਨੱਕ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਤੇਰਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਸਾਹ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਤੇਰਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਹਜ਼ਾਰਾਂ ਲੱਖਾਂ ਲੋਕ ਹਸਪੀਟਲ 'ਚ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਹਸਪੀਟਲ 'ਚ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਕਿਧਰੇ ਫਸੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਜੇਲ੍ਹਾਂ 'ਚ ਨੇ ਰੱਬਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੂੰ ਸਤਸੰਗ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਆ ਤੇਰਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ is always thankful and just showing do not take any credit he just say it's your grace then even people praise ego don't able to touch him even people try to make him fear, डराना चाहते ने, scared, want to make him afraid or scared of something, मौत भी आ जाए उन्हें डरा नहीं सकती. So in this stage we can say the voices are under his control. He's not under the control of voices. This is how we can recognize symptoms. The one who reached to the Karam Khand, he is the one who is able to control his voices. As of now, our voices are controlling us most of the time. In the morning, we wake up, but our mind, our voice say, let's sleep 2 more hours. जरूरी नहीं अमृत वेले बाणी पढ़नी है, सो जा, जैसे सो जाने हैं. Our mind don't follow our instruction. Every night or most of the nights we just say, from tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up by 5, by 6 or by 7 or by 4. Anytime, whatever we decide, we put an alarm or maybe so many alarms. But our mind don't follow us. We follow our mind. So who is the real servant? Although we are saying we are the king, I am the king, but still maybe slave of our mind. So Guru Nanak said, Man jeeta jag jeet. So in the Karam Khand, the person who is controlling the voices, ਉਹ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ. Control, he is able to control ego, haumai, hankar, not able to touch him. The moment he is not able to touch, he is able to save himself from those voices, he is able to control all this, then he reaches to the final destination, that is Sachkhand. I would say this stage is the one that cannot be described in the words. This stage is beyond the words because this is the destination. Sachkhand is Paramatma. परमात्मा बयान नहीं हो सकता, वो आनंद दी अवस्था बयान नहीं हो सकती, but just कुछ इशारे. Sachkhand Harmandir Sahib, also we say this name we use for our Takhat Shri Harmandir Sahib. Sachkhand Shri Harmandir Sahib, Nanded, Maharashtra. The photo that you can see on the picture, that is from Hajur Sahib, Nanded, Maharashtra. This Gurdwara also we say Sachkhand Shri Harmandir Sahib or Sachkhand Sahib. So Sachkhand, the stage is Sachkhand Basai Nirankar. Sachkhand is a stage where God lives. Sachkhand Basai Nirankar. So God lives in Sachkhand. So now next question is, where does God live? What do you think? Where is God? God is everywhere. Sachkhand Vasai Nirankar, Kar Kar Vikhe Nadar Nihar. So God is everywhere. The person who reached to this level, then he says, Sab Gobind hai, Sab Gobind hai, Gobind bin nahi koi. Har Mangal Gao Sakhi Grah Mandir Baniya. Grah Mandir Baniya. ਘਰ ਹੀ ਮੰਦਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ. ਉਹ ਜਿਹਦਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਘਰ, ਆਪਣਾ ਮਨ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਹੀ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦਾ ਰੂਪ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. Then he won't say in one person there is God and another one is heaven. He will say ਸਭ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਹੈ. तो ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਵਸੇ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ, ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਸਦਾ ਹੈ. ਉਹ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਇਸ ਹਾਲਤ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਦਾ ਹੈ, ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਦਿਖਦਾ ਹੈ ਸਭ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਹੀ ਦਿਖਦਾ ਹੈ. ਉਹ ਕਿਧਰੇ ਪੰਛੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਤਾਰੀਫ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿਧਰੇ ਜਾਨਵਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੀ, ਸਾਰੀ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਦੀ ਤਾਰੀਫ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ. ਬਲਿਹਾਰੀ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਵਸਿਆ, ਤੇਰਾ ਅੰਤ ਨਾ ਜਾਈ ਲਖਿਆ. So first 4 are the stages, 5th one is the destination. We can talk or discuss a bit about it. I would say Sachkhand is a stage that is to experience. It is not possible to describe everything in the words. ਸਾਡੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਛੋਟੀਆਂ-ਮੋਟੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ, I don't know how to explain it. It was so good. Even if we taste delicious food, yet we feel बहुत स्वाद से I cannot explain how delicious the food was. तो ਇਹ ਨਾਮ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਬਟ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ, ਥੋੜੇ ਹਿੰਟ, ਥੋੜੇ ਆਈਡੀਆਜ਼ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਥਿੰਕ, ਸੋ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਵਸੇ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਉਸ ਅਵਸਥਾ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੀ ਸ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਹੀ ਹਰਿਮੰਦਰ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਵੇ। ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਿਰਫ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਏਗਾ, ਸਿਰਫ ਮੰਦਰ ਮੰਦਰ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਏਗਾ, ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੀ ਧਰਤੀ ਹੀ ਹਰਿਮੰਦਰ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਏਗੀ, ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਹੀ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦਾ ਘਰ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਏਗੀ, ਔਰ ਹਰ ਜੀਵ ਜੰਤੂ ਹਰ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਨਾ ਕੋ ਬੈਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੇਗਾਨਾ, ਫਿਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੈਰ ਵਿਰੋਧ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ, ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਮ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਤੇ ਸੁੱਚੀ ਹਾਲਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, whom which we call Sachkhand. So these are the 5 stages of consciousness that we discussed today. So just a quick review. So Taramkhand, when we start performing our duties and responsibilities towards our family, our social life, or our religious life. Gyankhand, we are not following only our duties or responsibilities, we are also getting understand why am I doing it. Is it just a part of ritual, or if I'm doing something, what are the consequences? Why am I doing? So the barrier of Gyankhand is people just can get into the trap. If we know much, we start feeling I know everything, but we forgot to put into the efforts. Third stage is the stage of hard work and effort. So then we put a lot of efforts, duties with love, responsibilities with love. We put a lot of efforts and try to control his vices as well. Doing seva, doing a lot of things, but try to control. But the barrier is when people start praising, when you get power, when you get money, when you get all more followers, that also happens. People start following that person. So that is also one of the trap. If a person don't fall into it, then he reaches to the Karam Khan, where ਲੋਕੀ ਤਾਰੀਫ ਕਰਨ, ਚੰਗਾ ਕਹਿਣ, ਮਾੜਾ ਕਹਿਣ, ਬੁਰਾ ਕਹਿਣ, ਭਲਾ ਕਹਿਣ, ਸੁੱਖ ਆਵੇ, ਦੁੱਖ ਆਵੇ, always calm, always thankful, and whatever he do, he don't want credit. He just says it's grace of God. Now we are ready to take credibility for the things we haven't done. But ਕਰਮ ਖੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੰਦਾ ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਦਾ ਭੁੱਖਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਜਦੋਂ ਐਵੇਂ ਦੀ ਹਾਲਤ ਬਣੇ, ਜਦੋਂ ਹਉਮੈ, ਜਦੋਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਕਿਹਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਾਰ ਹੋ ਸਕੀਏ, which means we are at Karamkhand. So these are the 4 stages how we can describe ourselves. If we haven't started our basic responsibilities towards society, religion, family, which means we haven't started our journey yet. So we need to start, which is very essential, and need to take care. Every step has some barrier. Don't stop. Keep moving until you reach to the final destination. So that is what Guru Nanak Sahib Ji told us in Japji Sahib. Definitely that is not all. We can understand more, we can read more, but these were the few aspects that we try to cover up. So next week again, we will talk about Guru Nanak Sahib Ji's life and teachings. And that would be the last session, last dialogue session for this semester. After that, again, we will resume the classes and session in January 2024. So, but we have a couple of more lectures. This Friday evening also we'll have a discussion about Patande Savaye, and also we'll be having another lecture in English next Wednesday evening. So request you all kindly join us in the last few lectures, and we'll continue again, we'll resume again in the month of January. So now I request you all, what do you think? What did we learn today? Or any questions if you have, or any understanding that you got today, or any feedback, any relative experiences. So please don't keep words with you. I would request you all, whatever got, whatever came to your mind, please share it with all of us so that you can make this lecture more meaningful, more understandable for all of us. So thank you very much once again for your precious time. Now looking forward to hear from all of you. Ji. Thank you very much. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Okay, Bhupinder Singh ji dropped a message. Okay, how can be in the mailing list as it is my first lecture? Okay, thank you very much, Bhupinder Singh ji, for joining us. So, very warm welcome to you, and definitely in the message also you can. Okay, I'm dropping a message, my number to you. You can just drop me a message on my WhatsApp number. So, I'll add you in our broadcast list. I just dropped your text in your chat. So, if you don't receive, just let me know, Ji. It's 8657 0067. Thank you very much, Pinder Singh Ji. And if you have any suggestion or something that you want to add, please feel free. Hanji. Any other Sangat member Ji who wants to share something, add something, Ji?
I can't seem to do it. I don't know why.
Hanji, Navdeep Ji, you are unmuted. Would you like to share something, Ji? Hanji, Hardeep Ji.
Anji, Vaiguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaiguru Ji Ki Fateh. Yes, these are many steps that Guruji is telling us to take in our life, and we must make efforts to do it. But as you say, we don't really, like you say, alarm clock chal gaya and band karke, and then we sleep more. It happens. Definitely, I'm honest. I will say it happens. And but as this is this body which Guruji ends by saying that Nanak Kathna Karda Sar. So also means that it's not easy to reach this last stage, Satvikhand. Am I right?
Yes, that is also one aspect, and also Guru is saying I cannot explain you properly. Kathna Kardas. Karda means difficult. Karda Sar. So Sar is like conclusion. So I cannot give you the exact conclusion in the words. So it is like Guruji also telling us like I cannot explain everything in the words.
ਹਾਂਜੀ also ਆਪਾਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਹਨਾ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
ਹਾਂਜੀ so it's a good lecture effort has to be done by me so thank you very much for the lecture
thank you ji thank you very much for sharing your views ji and ji any other single member ji wants to share something ji Anji Palji, you are unmuted, Ji. Good to see you again after a long time. Ji.
Oh, thank you, Chi. Thank you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Good to see you too and everybody. I just heard the last statement that made me think maybe I should unmute and say it. Because today's topic was the 5 levels of consciousness. I think it's a very higher level, Sikhi, advanced course. And that's why maybe I was thinking I won't share. But I took a lot of notes and I realized the last statement the lady made just now was that I have to do something about it. And I don't think it's only she, but I think each and every one of us have to do something about it to go above these 5 levels. Because I think today's lecture reminds me of bahut janam bichde the madho, e janam tumhare lekhe, that for many lifetimes we have been separated from that Lord. And I think these, I listed 17 steps listening to your lecture. I may have missed out something, but I think the 4 bodies give us a summary in 17 steps. So I have decided that maybe over the next 17 days, I think Gurpurab will come in about 17 days from today. Even if we do 1 step a day, maybe by the time of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Gurpurab, we will reach Satchikhand. And step number 1 was just to understand why am I here? What is my purpose? Govind Milan ki e teri bariya. And maybe it is by righteous deeds and duties, like you said earlier. Number 2, tomorrow maybe we will learn that, recognize that all our actions will be judged by God. When that lekha mange kya mukh leke jayega, Tarum jab lekha mange, he will be questioning us. And then on day 3, I think we should look at how to get the grace so we can perform the duties. I know you use the word rituals, but karam taram pakhand jo dise tin jam jagati lute, something very advanced topics, like I said. But day day 4, I took notes and I wrote there that those who are approved by God, we will get the seal of approval. So I think this was the very first part of your Pori 34 that was talking about the very first part. But the moment we go to Gyan, I wrote the step 5, which was that it is a plane of consciousness that suddenly humbles me. That Palji, maybe the only reason jab hum hote tab tu nahi, it's my ego that is stopping me from getting to such khand where God is. And maybe the vastness of God's creation will humble us. And then number 6, I will realize there are so many countless universes and everything, the deities. I don't want to repeat the entire Pori, but number 7, once you understand, and I understand the limitless nature, I learned from today that there will be that thing that within me will say there is interconnectedness within all of us. So I'll never do any harm to you. I'll never think bad about you. And once I start doing that, then I think the real hard work starts in Saram Khanda, where I focus my focus away from just, worldly duties and all that, but start looking for spiritual growth and enlightenment. And correct me after that, step 9 was that we experience the transformation of the mind. Our mind will start becoming beautiful. We will go into a selfless state where there is no more ego. And then step 10 says we will embrace a mindset that is focused on the welfare of all humanity. Maybe we will go to Ukraine, we will go to Hazar or Raza or wherever that places and stop the wars, because Sarbat da Pala will be not an ardas we do, but that will be a lifestyle we will live. And step 11 taught me that at that level, I would have this urge within me to acquire higher levels of knowledge, and not just the worldly gyan, but the gyan of spirituality, and learn to become like the angels, become the sages, and uplift my soul. Now, in the last 2 parts, which was, I think, where you combined about Karam Khand and Sach Khand, which is the last Pori of the 4 Poris. I think it is where through our Karam, the grace that we ascend in step number 12, and we become in love with God. So, Jin Prem Kiyo, Tin Hi Prapayo was a good message you give, that when you do the part, make sure you do with so much of love that you actually feel the connection. And then in step 13, we will have that spiritual merging with God in true love. In step 14, on day 14, I think we will achieve a state where we are not influenced by whatever happens outside. Whatever good happens or bad happens, we will not care. And then the last 3 steps will be the day of celebration of reaching Sachkhand, which is the goal, that we will continue on this journey on step 15 to reach God, the formless one. But because, like you said, Sab Govinda, we will see the formless God in everybody's form. And then on the eve of our realization, step day 16, we will realize that Sachkhand, God is sitting there watching all of us, watching his grace, watching his creation. And the day we reach Sachkhand, step 17, I think, where the last statement you made, it is difficult to see the complexities, the beauty of God's creation. I think that is the last part that says, you know what, it is complex a journey, but if we have already taken a human form, we have this golden opportunity. And if we lose this opportunity, we don't know when we will come. That's why Nanak Kathana Karara Sar, I think you are very right in saying it is difficult to describe the greatness of God, but maybe we can only ask for grace, that the moment you put your blessed hand on our heads, then jiske sir upar tu swami, so dukh kaisa paave, we will never have pain, we will never have sorrow. And then celebrating the Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji's birthday will be the biggest joys, because sabte vada Satgur Nanak jin kal rakhi meri. So let's pray that over the next 17 days, I don't just take notes, but I implement every day one step. And by the day I come to the last day of celebrating Gurpurab, I would have said maybe, thank you, Vaiguruji, after so many lifetimes, I have reached Sachkhand. Thanks to your wonderful lectures. And once again, Pul Chukdi Mafi, I thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share. And I can't remember that line of that Shabad, but it actually says, those who look at Guruji, those who have seen Guru Nanak Dev Ji will never come back to this cycle of reincarnation. And may this be our last life, because in Sachkhand, we will merge with Vaheguruji itself. Thank you, Ji, once again. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji.
Thank you very much, Pal. I really appreciate your time and efforts that you put, because while listening and making these notes and points and connecting with the 17 points to the 17 days of Gurpurav, it's really amazing. So that really needs a lot of consciousness and also the efforts. I really appreciate your all the time and efforts and for sharing with all of us and making this lecture, this discussion more helpful, more understandable for all of us. Thank you very much, Pal Singh.
Thank you, Bhai Sabji. And I just remembered, I think that Pankti is Guru Nanak, Jin Sunya Pekhya, Se Fir Garbas Na Paryare. Let's pray that, oh Lord, main Murak ki ketak baat hai, Kot Pradi Taryare. Many fools like me have been saved because Guru Nanak Jin Sunya Pekhya, those who have heard and seen the virtues, the wisdom of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Se Fir Garbas Na Paryare, will never have to come back into the womb of reincarnation. Pray main murak vi tar jawa, asi sare tar jaiye, and we'll see you all in Sachkhand. Happy Gurpurab. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji.
Happy Gurpurab Ji. Sare bahut bahut badaiyan Gurpurab diyan ji. Thank you very much. Ji, any other Sangat member ji wants to share something, say something? Please don't be shy. Haji.
Anji Master Ji, this is
Hi.
Manjit Kaur. I just wanted to ask you this grace of the Vaheguru Karma Khanda. Can we say that grace is blessings conferred by Vaheguru Ji when we reach this state? And the other thing is, to reach this state of receiving blessings from Vaheguru Ji, we have to go through the earlier states of consciousness, and that too sincerely. Does this make sense? I mean, I'm thinking along these lines.
Yes, very good question, Manjichi. Thank you for asking it. Grace we see or we feel the moment when we realize, like, with my efforts only. Firstly, we need to put some efforts. If we want a fruit, we need to put some seeds. So just putting seeds won't make a seed fruit, right? So we need some more efforts. So we need to put some efforts, and then we look forward for His grace, which means we realized just putting some efforts. For example, if I'm waking up in the morning, going to Gurdwara, if I'm doing part, it doesn't mean I will get God. I need to be humble. So grace of God is a situation when you realize this, when you say, okay, nothing belongs to me, everything is given by you. So that kind of feeling will come with the time when we put efforts. So these are associated with each and every stage, are associated with everyone. But once we reach to the Sharam Khand, once we put efforts, then there is a possibility to reach to the fourth level. Once we feel like all my efforts doesn't really help, I need your support, Vaheguru. So that is the moment when we leave our ego. Otherwise, we feel I am doing something, I can attain, I can reach. But slowly we realize I'm putting my efforts, but there is I always there. Ego is always there. So the moment we realize, then we leave our ego. That is the moment we call grace of Vaheguru. This is.
Thank you, Ji.
Is
Sorry.
Is it understandable? Does it answer your
Very
question?
much. Very, very much. Thank you, Master Ji. And it has been a great lecture this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you very much, Ji. And any other Sangat member, Ji, who wants to say something, Ji? Okay. Haji Kuldeep Ji, you are unmuted, Ji.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Going through these 5 stages, I'm looking at it in my own way. This is a spiritual journey for us. It's a guide for us in this spiritual journey, where we are going and climbing these uphill steps to finally reach that peak where we are one with Vaheguru. And all these individual steps, oh my God, when I look through these steps, I'm placing myself, where am I? मैं ਤਾਂ ਹਾਲੇ ਧਰਮ ਖੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਫਸੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਇੰਨਾ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੈ ਵੀ maybe yes, I'm doing my daily duties. Maybe a little bit of gyan is coming through your help, but it is just so difficult. It is just so impossible. It just, it seems like, how can we overcome this worldly life where we can finally escape from it and have that divine grace and finally be one with Vaheguru. Pal Singh gave me some hope that maybe in 17 days we can reach Satvinder. It was a lovely way of putting it. And like he said, the starting sentence, we are just stuck. Jab hum hote, tab tu nahi. And we have to reach the level where ab tu hi, main nahi. So basically, we are fighting. We have to fight with ourselves. We have to look inside ourselves and fight these basic human weaknesses that we all succumb to every day in every step of our life. We have to look inwards and start realizing that we are nothing, that everything that happens is that is God's creation and his divine, what shall we say, divine gift that is making this whole creation work. It is a journey which is almost impossible for a normal human being. When we look at our Gurujis, well, they were there. They were one. They were obviously one with Vaheguru. And like the Patji Sare were describing, that when you see them, you see Vaheguru. So that was the state our Gurus were in. And when we look at their life, at their actions, at their deliberations, then you realize what is divinity, what is God, and what are we. Nevertheless, I think it is good to realize, Gyan Khand de vich realization aunਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਗਿਆਨ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਹੈ, we realize, we understand, and we try to make some effort. And hopefully, Vaheguru may give us his blessings and we can obtain that ultimate bliss that is almost impossible. I think it's very beautifully summarized in our Japji Sahib. As you go up this podium, temporarily, just momentarily, just like a split second thing, there is that connection with Vaheguru. But ਫਿਰ ਹੱਥੋਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਠੰਮ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਬਸ ਧਰਤੀ ਦੇ ਫਿਰ ਡਿੱਗ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ it's an uphill journey. You go up, you drop down, you go up, you drop down, you go up, you drop down, and hopefully the downs are lesser than the ups, and then gradually we can become super good human beings. We can only try, and with this awareness and knowledge, perhaps it will help us to try harder and improve ourselves. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you very much for your valuable sharing. I would like to add few points here. As you mentioned, yes, we always try, but it is not possible for us. This is the situation where we say the miracle, where we say the power of Ardas. We feel, yes, I'm hopeless. That's what we say about third stage. Fourth stage is grace. Grace means Ardas, Odi Bakshish. Even in our Panj Baniya, if we say, fourth one is Ardas, Kabyo Bach, Benti, request. And fifth one is Anand. So once we request, yes, my efforts, I cannot reach. With my efforts, I cannot be the one. So then we pray, then we do ardas. तो वो अरदास ही आनंद तक पहुंचती है, वो चौपाई ही आनंद तक पहुंचती है, वो ग्रेस ही सचखंड है। ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਰਮਖੰਡ ਚ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, then we pray, yes, my efforts not possible, but for you nothing is impossible. So I think this is where ਕਿ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਣਾ concept ਹੈਗਾ ਹੈ, ਆਪਾਂ even in our daily routine in Gurdwara Sahib, first we pray, we do part kirtan, we do katha, and then we do ardas, and then we get hukam, right? So we pray. Ardas is bada main, I would say, कि एक important role है. I think so. Once we feel hopeless, we feel I cannot do, but Guruji, you are the one who can do everything. And here, when Ardas comes, and I think this is plays an important role in everyone's life.
Yes, our daily baniya, simply they are the ones which lift us, reinforce, lift us again, and help us get up and climb again. Certainly. If only we can continue living with that throughout the day, throughout the 24 hours. But we can only try. We will try. Yeah.
Ji. Thank you, ji. Thank you for sharing. Yes, we just keep trying. So I always say this, rang lagat 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 hai, charan sharan gur ek penda jai chal, satgur कोट पेंडा आगे होए लेते हैं. We cannot go those crore कदम, और ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਕਦਮ ਹੀ ਚੱਲਣਾ ਹੈ, ਕਰੋੜ ਕਦਮ ਗੁਰੂ ਆਏਗਾ. ਬਸ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਰੱਖੀਏ, ਸੇਵਾ ਰੱਖੀਏ, ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨ ਜੀ. ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਡਿਸਕਸ਼ਨ ਇਹ ਸਫਲ ਹੋਵੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਸ ਰਸਤੇ ਤੇ ਚੱਲ ਸਕੀਏ ਜਿਸ ਰਸਤੇ ਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਿਸਕਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ. ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਐਨੀ ਅਦਰ ਸੰਗਤ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਜੀ ਵਾਂਟਸ ਟੂ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਜੀ? I request you all, please unmute yourself. ਆਓ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਂਝੇ ਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਸਮ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ. ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਫਿਰ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਬੰਦੀ ਛੋੜ ਦਿਵਸ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਦੀਆਂ ਔਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਗੁਰਤਾ ਗੱਦੀ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਦੀਆਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧਾਈਆਂ ਜੀ. ਲੁਕਿੰਗ ਫਾਰਵਰਡ ਟੂ ਸੀ ਯੂ in couple of other upcoming dialogue sessions as well. ਆਓ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਂਝੇ ਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਈਏ. ਸਾਰੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਆਖਣਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਮਾਸਟਰ ਜੀ.
Happy Diwali, happy Bandi Chhod.